front mirror, not at the floor. Engage your core first. Bring your left arm forward and right leg back. Don't worry about making mistakes today. Move with the flow of your yoga class. That shouldn't be there. So long and strong. Engage your core. Third eye drishti. I've got to get your shoulders squared. Lift into it. So I want your very best today. I don't care how many postures you practice. Bring it out to the side. Lift into the posture. I'm going to say that again. I could care less how many postures you practice today. Everything's your best, but not struggling, not forcing, strong and supported. Using big muscle groups to support strong postures. Stay there in your breath. Lift into it. So if there's little still spots in the class, enjoy them. Settle into the still spot. Reach forward and back. Long and strong. Long and strong first. Then inhale up. Being repetitive. It's called a hard end feel. I call it a hard stop. I want you to go to that hard stop, and then that's where your work is. Not just waiting for release, but every inhale, just seeing if you can ease the door. We're not trying to rip it off the hinges. We're easing the door, look up on it, and really lift up like you're in the weight room. Bring your arm up like you're in the weight room. Like you're in the weight room. That's a big difference, isn't it? Hands and knees looking in the front mirror. Tuck the toes and press back to down dogs. The weight's been good for you. That's the difference right there. Stretch your mat long. Reach your heels to the floor. So let's start here. Basic postures. Is this your best down dog? Good. Starts with a good hand lock, right? Spread your fingers. Push the whole hand to the floor. Wrap your lats around to the chest. You have a nice socket for the shoulders to sit in. And pivot to a plank. Looking in the front mirror and transition. This is called Chaturanga Dandasana. Left hand moves to center. Bring your left knee on the ground under the hip. Stack the joints nicely. Rotate the right hand up. Look at the tip of the right thumb. Four-limbed staff pose. We're just going to call it a plank today most of the time. Lift through your right middle rib cage. Spread the fingers in both hands. So you're not leaning in the joint of the left wrist, but you're lifting up out of it, trying to create space for both wrists, both elbows. Just beautiful. Bring your chin into your shoulder and really commit to your gaze up. There you go. And advance the posture. You can be as good as you want to be. So it's like you're flat on a wall, and again, really engaging your mula and your uddiyana bandha, strong abdominal lock. Don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to fall in the right direction. Go ahead and pick your foot up just a little bit. Just pick. That's all. That's all. That's all. Bring your foot down and hand up. Look up to the tip of the thumb. High on the wall. If you fall back. If there's any possibility you could fall, the only way you could fall is back. That's what I want you to feel. Eventually there's a sweet spot. Mike, draw your middle ribs in and engage your core a little more. Rotate to a plank. Basically, right hand replaces left hand. Right knee on the floor under the hip. Look at the tip of the left thumb. And I like you to look at the thumb on the floor and follow it up. That way you don't have to hunt for a drishti. So if you look at the tip of the thumb on the floor and then follow it on the rotation, you never have to look for your drishti. Where I watch people struggle for balance is in that transition into the posture. They don't have a good drishti usually. Or they're afraid of falling back. So you've got to lift high here again. Can you get a little higher, Allie? Through your left middle rib cage, high on the wall. Space out of both wrists, both elbows, both shoulders. So I'm going to have you bring your foot right underneath your leg on this side. See your foot, how it's back behind you, right under your leg, all the way. All the way. There you go. Look up. You're doing great. And advance the posture. That's you. Pick your foot up. If you couldn't do it, I wouldn't tell you to, by the way. So lift into the, don't be afraid to fall back, guys. If this is a new class to you, take a good fall back. I'd almost rather you fell back than you maintained it. Dry your abs and middle ribs and flatten your back. Perla, I'm really going to pick on you today. Foot down, hand up. She's going, oh, joy. That's why I come here on Saturday morning. Yeah. And rotate to a plank. Eyes in the mirror. Engage your core. This is all we're doing right now. That's all you're doing. Make this a good posture. Lower slowly. Move the body forward. Chaturanga. Stop at the elbows. Strong core. Up dog. Inhale. Pull forward. Look all the way back. Exhale. Downward facing dog. I thought you couldn't hear me. Reach your heels to the floor. Wrap your lats around. Good hand. Can you spread your fingers anymore? Are your wrists creased straight? And if you did look, I just want it to be what I call a quick peek. You're not staring at them thinking about it. It's a quick peek. Move the left foot to center. Lock the right leg out and reach back through the ball of the right foot. Three-legged dog. Nice straight line. So lifting the leg without lifting the hip. I'm not looking for you to lift the leg high. I'm looking for you to stretch back, creating a nice straight line or side angle from your wrist all the way back to your ankle, joint to joint. So the trick to lifting the leg without lifting the hip is keeping the foot flat to the ceiling. So push through the ball of your foot, and I'm just going to rotate your hip down a little bit. That was a much better down dog as soon as I came back here. How come? And then return the right foot to the left. Get a good down dog here. Lock the left leg out. Keep the foot flat to the ceiling and reach back. So keep your left foot flat to the ceiling as you stretch back. And then get that feeling like I'm taking you by your ankle or by your foot and kind of pulling you back out of the shoulder. If I've never done that, a lot of you know what that feels like because I've done it. What does that feel like? Like I'm pulling you back out of your shoulder and out of your hip. Rotate your hip down. One more time. One more time. And then step up to the top of the mat, foot flat. All the way up to the top. One big step, several small ones. I don't care. Stand hip width apart at the top of the towel or mat, holding your opposite elbows in what's commonly called a ragdoll pose. It's a version of Uttanasana, standing forward bend. I'm after a long spine here and a release through your back more than a stretching your hamstring. So for almost everybody in the class, your legs should be soft here. Your knees should be bent. And I'm going to say almost. If you do feel like your back is round and tight right now and your legs are straight, that's 3 of you I'm looking at right off the top right away. Soften your knees a little bit. Let the elbows pull the back nice and long and flat. And then let the hands slip away from the elbows. It's just yoga. There's no right or wrong today. Everybody in the room, it's just yoga. It's your best yoga, but there's no right, there's no wrong, just that it's your best yoga. On the inhale, begin your process of rounding up slow enough that you can feel each and every vertebra stack on top of the last as efficiently, as effectively as you can do that. It's extremely important to me the upper back and the neck stack nicely. The neck is an extension of the spine. When that happens, don't be in a hurry for it to happen. Toes and heels together, right foot back to left, top of the towel or mat. I just call this standing pose. I used to be resistant to that, but that's what this is, standing pose. Looking in the front mirror. Locked out arms, bringing the palms together tightly. Inhale the arms over that. Interlace the fingers, extend the index fingers, and cross the thumbs. With your chin up and biceps back behind the ears, stretch up, locking your arms out from the elbows. Get a good tight Bikram grip and come down to the right and to the left several times. Have you had Bikram yoga before? Never? So like you're long on the wall, shoulders high. So again here, I want that long, strong feeling. You're engaging your core and trying to lift high on the wall. Come back to a center position. We're not going to go backward and forward, folks. We're just going side to side. Chin up, arms back, stretch up and glue your palms together. Get a nice tight Bikram grip. Pull with your right arm, press your hips out to the left. Keeping your right shoulder forward, your left hip forward. And they can feel that just like you do. Other people can too. Push your hip out, push your middle ribs out. It's part of the art of the art. Push through your left heel. So you're not just leaning down, there's this opening feeling as you're tucking the right shoulder under, you're lifting through the right middle rib cage. And I've got some really beautiful examples of this posture happening. I'm sure you must have done this before because this is really nice. Squeeze the palms tightly from the elbows, push your hip out, push the middle ribs out. Keep the right shoulder forward, please, without moving your hips. You moved your hips. Come back up to a center position. Every time in the center, chin up, arms back, stretch up, get a good tight Bikram grip. Pull with the left arm, press your hips out. Dennis, bring your toes and heels together. Toes and heels together. So push the hips. So it's like we're creating a bow. I want a bow feeling down the right side of the body. As you lift through the left middle rib cage. Again, not just leaning down, but you're lifting the left middle rib cage up as you're tucking the left shoulder under. Lifting and lengthening. Lifting the left middle rib cage to lift the right middle rib cage. Push your hips out, push through your right heel. Bring the chin up and arms back onto the wall now as you lift through the chest. Get a little longer. Really bring the arms back so the weight's in the heels. Come back up to a center position and stay there. I want you to lock your arms out as tightly as you can. Squeeze the palms as tight as you can from the elbows. Bring the chin up and arms back and really squeeze your head as tightly as you can. Keep your arms locked out, straight arms. Exhale your arms to your side. And release the posture completely. Completely. I want you to feel as if you never did it. Soften the face and the jaw. Arms are heavy. Feel the tingle of prana through the body. I'm imagining everybody can feel that. That's real, that energy moving through the body right now. A series. Inhale the arms over the head. Touch the palms. Look up, stretch up. Swan dive slowly. We want that long, slow flow like we had in cat-cow. Chin away from chest. Flat back, please. Halfway lift, look forward in the mirror, lengthening and flattening the upper back. Step or jump back, lowering slowly. That's all done on the same exhale. Strong chaturangas, please. Stop at your elbows. Inhale, come to up dog. Look all the way back, pull forward. Exhale, down dog. So newer students in the class, chaturanga, that low hold is a really important posture around here. We want to stop at the elbows, no lower. The knees can drop down below the elbows for support, but I want you to, even if the knees are on the ground, you're really feeling your abs and upper thighs. I almost feel it more with my knees on the ground. The body moves forward from the high to low position. The hands start under the shoulders. I want it to end up closer to your hips as the body moves forward. Let's try it again. Soften the knees, coil a spring. Look out ahead of you, not between the hands. Step or jump. If you float, you look between the hands. Halfway lift just at the last moment. Deeper forward bend. Come up, inhale, right up. Right, just come right up now, flat back up. And swan dive. Find the flow of the class. Don't be resistant to it. Just be like a cork in the ocean. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump, lowering slowly, smoothly. It's a smooth exhale to chaturanga. Hold it and breathe. Stay there. Fire your thighs, everybody. Fire your thighs. Nice. Fire your thighs. Keep looking in the mirror. Keep your shoulders up. Inhale, up dog. Pull forward. Exhale over the toes. This is a nice little yoga class today. You drinking green juice in my yoga class? That's almost as bad as bringing a cup of coffee in here. I taught yoga on my birthday one year, and I walked in, and everybody had a cup of coffee on the floor in front of them. Sunglasses. Nancy Narrow had her sunglasses out in newspaper. One more A series. Soften the knees. Look out ahead of you. Let's keep this clean. Step or jump between the hands. Halfway lift. Look forward, lengthen and flatten the back. Deeper to forward bend. Come right up. Inhale up. Body follows the eyes. Look up and let the body follow the eyes up. And swan dive, chin away from chest, keeping the upper back flat, moving with exhale, please. Halfway lift, that's the time you have, the breath. Step or jump back, lowering slowly, smoothly. Look in the mirror, stop at your elbows, there's always a pause. Up dog, Ryan, I need a much better chaturanga from you today. Down dog, if you can float, you can do chaturanga. Yes, you're a yoga teacher, you know that, of course, same muscles. You're using the same core muscles. Care about it. B series, soften the knees, look out ahead of you. You're doing great. Step or jump between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. You're going to float too if you want to. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale into a chair. Don't care about making mistakes. Just come to a chair pose. It's a fierce pose. Utkatasana means fierce pose. Sit down a little bit deeper. With new students are in the room. You know, it doesn't matter that Sanskrit, it's a lost ancient language. They don't even use it in India to communicate anymore. More people speak English in India by, I don't know, 1 billion than they do here. Sit down deeper, push your butt back behind you and lift your chest up. What matters is that we communicate clearly. Sit down a little bit further. It is nice to know if you're a teacher, just like knowing a little Italian, if you're a musician. Look up, lift up, look up, lift up, look up. Now sit down, ease in. Everybody anticipating release here. Settle down into your posture, everybody. That's your yoga. Be here. And fold smoothly with exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Nice big breath here. Step or jump, lowering slowly, smoothly, using all that time like we didn't cat-cow to get to chaturanga. Thank you. Up dog, inhale. You can be a little better than that. I'm picky. Exhale, down dog, but thank you. I did see. Feet hip width. So I should be able to walk up to everybody in the room with my 2 fists together and get them between your feet right now. Some of you should be a little bit wider than that, but there's not one person in the room I shouldn't be able to walk up to and get my fist between your feet. I want your sacrum to have a little bit of space. I want you guys to know why we do what we do, not just because I'm telling you that's why. I want your lower back to have a little bit of space, your sacrum to have a little bit of space here. This is the same 3-legged dog that we did in our integration series. Inhale the right leg up in our warm-up now. Lunge the right foot, drop the left heel, hip square. Come to warrior 1. Palms together, look up. Traditional Ashtanga warrior 1. Just come into it. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just move with the flow and come into the posture. I don't care if you come into the wrong posture. Just come into the posture. Your version. I'll correct it from there. Right hip back, left hip forward. Lift your pubic bone to your navel as you draw your abs and middle ribs in. Beautiful. I'm after hip alignment. I'm after good core bandhas. Really looking for that good tight Bikram grip here, guys. I want that good tight grip, lengthening the arms from the elbows, looking at the outside knuckle of the thumb. All these postures, tight, compact. Let's get your palms together really tightly. Squeeze them really. It's a big deal, not a little deal. Changes the whole posture through the upper body. Exhale, big warrior 2. All the little things matter. All the little things matter. That's what we do well around here, folks. So I see this really frequently. The first version of Warrior 2, I've got to encourage you guys to go just a little bit bigger and a little bit deeper. That's what's happening today. All of y'all up here, my regular students, can go a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper. Let's go see my wife over here, what she's doing. That can be a little bit bigger. She hates it when I pick on her. Make it a little bit bigger. This is good. Watch your knee bowing in, right over, tracking over toes. Excellent, everybody. Just stay there. Now just settle in. Just settle in here. Turn your palms up and reach forward. Keep squeezing the heels. Keep pulling back. So I don't want you to be in a hurry here. This isn't where I want the burn. We're our warm-up. I want to sweat. I want to burn through your right quadricep. Pull back on the right heel. Get your hamstring active as well. And reverse with exhale. Slide on your wall. Try to stay in your front leg. Come on back into your front leg. That's it. Wrap your lat around. Right lat around. Middle back wide. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And cartwheel back to a plank with your eyes in the front mirror. Lower slowly. I give you a little cheat inhale there to slow you down. Up dog inhale. Down dog exhale. If we're not in a hot room, we move right through that whole thing on one exhale. But in the heated room for 20 years, it just slows things down to give you guys a little inhale there as we step back. So I'm intentionally giving you a little breath there and slowing it down. Use that time. We don't want to just be off to the races in a heated environment. Those of you practicing at home, I hope you've got a heated environment because this is hot yoga. Inhale the left leg up. Let's move, folks. Lunge the left foot, drop your right heel. Inhale, warrior one. And I'm looking for a little bit of palms together. So if you had an injury, if you had a shoulder injury or something, it would be just fine to have your hands shoulder width looking in the front mirror. That would be fine. But that's a modification here. I want palms tight, lengthening the arms to the elbows, looking up as a natural range of motion for your neck. I don't know how in the world in yoga that got to be that we're splitting the neck and not looking up. So look up at the outside knuckle, squeeze your palms, sit down into the hips a little bit. No back bend, lift straight up. Nice. Exhale, warrior two. Straight arms over the legs, make it big, look forward. Try to keep your gaze in the mirror. I remember you. Make the gaze in the mirror, just stay present with your practice. Squeeze the legs. Settle into your yoga practice here. That's what we're doing right now, Ali. That needs to be bigger. Unless you have an injury issue, is a hamstring? Is that what's going on? Okay. Make it, so squeeze the heels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just settle in. If you're leaning forward, even a little bit, lift. There's a lift I want you to feel there more than anything. Now just settle in here. Everybody settle into breath. Settle into your best posture. Wherever you are, this is your best posture. Don't move. Anything but breath. Turn your palms up and reach forward over the left leg. Keep pulling back. No, there's no mistakes today. So we want the burn here. I want you working on your edge. I said earlier, I don't care how many postures you complete. This is your best version. Pull back on your left heel. Get your hamstring active as you squeeze the heels together. And reverse the posture. Wrap your left lat around, middle back wide. Reach a compression down the right side of the body. Make it beautiful. You are. Tell by your hand you're a dancer. And cartwheel to a plank posture with the eyes in the front mirror. There's that moment. Lower slowly. You had time for an inhale there. Fire your thighs, please, Richard. Inhale. Exhale. Are you starting to see, Anna, how you're using bigger muscle groups? It's like you're lifting, more like you're lifting weights today. You feel it? That's how I want you to feel. You are lifting weights, your body weight. Moving through sequence. Soften the knees, coil the spring. Look out ahead of you. Step, jump, lift the hips high and float. Feet stay low. Inhale, halfway lift, hips up, feet low, please. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale into a chair pose, hands up. And exhale, forward, fold. Halfway lift, find the flow. Step or jump, lower smoothly. We have flow, just get back in the exhale and you have it. Up dog, pull all the way forward, look all the way back. Down dog, roll over the toes. I've got 3 of y'all that are floating, doing a good job of it, that are lifting hips up and bringing your feet up high. I want the feet low to the ground. We're using our core strength to lift the hips up, but the feet should stay low to the ground. When Cloudy does it, her feet are just a little bit off the ground the whole time. That's really what I'm looking for, is really engaging the core, lifting your hips, pushing out of the shoulders, looking down at that last minute to really get that lift. Warrior 1 to 3. Inhale the right leg up. It's a different posture. Lunge the right foot, drop the left heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Look up at the outside knuckle of the thumb. Push and lift to warrior three pose. We should be on that one camera right now. Arms up. Third eye drishti. Outside knuckle of your thumb is your drishti right now. Stretch long. Laser pointer at the third eye drishti, folks. Long and strong. Beautiful. Just be determined. Just be determined here. Warrior one. You've just got to be determined to lift into that. Warrior two. Exhale. Big arms over the legs. Make it big. Make it beautiful. Pull back on the right heel. So your heels need to be in line right here, folks. Bring your heels into a line. This is all we're doing is warrior two in our very simple yoga class today, but I want good warrior twos. Make it big, make it beautiful. Heels in a line. So some of your heels are coming towards your toes a little bit more. Heels in a line, a little bit's okay. There's some systems that teach it in the middle instep. I like heels in a line here. And cartwheel to a plank. That's all you're doing. Lower, slow, exhale, butt down. Good chaturangas, please. Up dog, inhale. You've got to stop at your elbows here. Down dog, exhale. I do watch every single time. Same on the left. Inhale the left leg up. Simple stuff, guys. Let's move. Lunge the left foot, drop the right heel, and try to move with your inhale with flow to warrior one. Beautiful. Now make it strong. Don't compromise the integrity of your warrior one. Just bring it horizontal. Lift and reach to warrior three pose. Third eye drishti. So bring your palms together. Reach out. If you can touch the mirror, it's okay. Go ahead and touch the mirror. But lift up. You touch the mirror. You don't have any reason not to do it well if you can touch the mirror. There it is. Nice, Kristen. So stay nice and long down your mat. Look at that beautiful posture. You know that's not how I teach it, but that's beautiful there. Beautiful. Step back, warrior one, Kristen. That was absolutely beautiful. Exhale, big warrior two. Wow. Make it big. Left thigh parallel. Heels in a line. So we're using big muscle groups to support a strong posture. I have a really simple yoga practice, guys. I do a lot of basic postures, but I'll have long holds. That's what I want today. We're using those big muscle groups. Settle into it. If it can be a little bigger, let it be a little bigger. If you make a little better angle, maybe just care a little bit more about it. Perla, can you just care a little bit more about it? Smile as you watch yourself suffer. And cartwheel to a plank. Lower slowly, watch in the mirror. Stop right there. Look in the mirror. Inhale, up dog. That's your chaturanga right there. Exhale, down dog. And you can do it because I'm watching you do it. You're just not used to doing it. You haven't been trained to do it, but you can do it. Let's keep marching up the mountain today. Triangle pose. Inhale the right leg up. So we're really starting our standing series here. Lunge the right foot, left heel 45. Straighten both legs. As you lift, lengthen and rotate open. The dialogue is anchor your right hand down. Lift, lengthen. So I want a bow type tension. If you've never done this posture on a wall, I really recommend you do it on a wall. It changes the feel of it forever and ever and ever. That's what I want you to feel like. You're lifting high on a wall here. Tucking your right shoulder under as you lift through the left middle rib cage. Tip of the thumb drishti. No backward bend. So you've got to engage your core more. There you go. I'm being super picky, but you feel the difference? And you've got to, I want you to engage to do that, not me to rotate you. Can you look up and lift up a little bit more? Oh, God, he's picking on us today. I'll hear it later. And rotate the left hand down. Square your hips and shoulders to the front mirror. Lift your chest so the back is flat. Take your right ankle with the left hand. Tuck your left shoulder under as you look into the and reach straight up. Look at the tip of your right thumb. This is just a, nope, I like it better the way you had it diminished before. So this is just a tricky posture. To me, this is one of the hardest postures in the class. This is also one of the most important postures in your class. Try to get out of the bottom shoulder. So go ahead and grab your ankle. Grab your ankle. Go ahead and grab your ankle with this hand. And now look up and reach up. Really reach up. You got to really look up and reach up. And rotate your right hand down. Move into balancing airplane pose. There's not a harder posture in the class than that for me. You got tight hips. That's just tight hips. How common are tight hips around here? Huh. Open to half moon. I'm trying to think of someone in the room that does not have tight hips. I'm looking around. I don't think I've seen one person here who doesn't have tight hips right this second. I might be wrong. Airplane, lift. You're lifting a heavy weight. Be strong. This is perfect. Perfect yoga, guys. Rotate. Lift your chest up. Don't reach to the floor. You're losing your balance when you're reaching to the floor. If you just rotate, you won't lose your balance. You're super trainable. Airplane. I like that. Warrior one. Just cut everybody. Right foot forward, warrior one, or be in a resting posture. That can be a standing pose, a child pose. I do recommend you only come to dead pose and standing series if you don't intend to get back into it. Exhale, warrior two. We're training our bodies to do something different when we get in dead pose. Open that right up. Too much process. Ryan, too much process. Make it big, make it beautiful. Karate chop hands, thumbs with fingers. Take your space, squeeze the heels together. Posture start from the ground up. Diminish the angle of your back foot a little bit, please. It's got to be perfect. Right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Your back foot should be at a little bit less than 90. 90 is even okay, but never any more than 90. Pushing the knee back with the elbow as you lift the chest. This can be a great hip opener. Again, talking about tight hips in the room. If you want to bind it or half bind it, you can. Don't force the bind. If you've got to drop the chest and really manipulate the body, don't force the bind. Bring the chest back up now. So not leaning. I don't want you to bring your torso down to the thigh and lean on the thigh. We're lifting the chest, squeezing the heels, push your knee back. This is a really good opportunity to get into your hips right here for you. And lift up, look up. Real nice today. If you are bound, extend. Perfect, Mike. Press back to big warrior two. Everybody get a nice big base in your warrior two pose. So the last warrior two you're going to do on the side today. Make it big, make it beautiful. There you go. Just stay right there. Look in the mirror. Smile. There's your warrior two. And cartwheel back to a plank. Slow exhale to chaturanga. Wow. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. So there's no posture that's halfway between down dog and plank. Okay? I don't know, 10 of you came to a posture that's kind of halfway a down dog and halfway a plank. Why? You guys know why? Because you don't want to get into your core there. Because it takes more energy to get into your core and activate your core and be clean. We want clean transitions. That's part of this yoga. The clean transitions are just a big part of this yoga, folks. Is this your best down dog? Is it your best down dog? That's your best down dog now. Inhale the left leg up. Lunge the left foot, right heel 45. Straighten both legs as you lift, lengthen. Triangle pose, just a triangle pose. There's no mistakes, folks. I don't want you to care 1 minute about making a mistake. I don't want you to think. So you're going to lift onto the wall, nice and high on the wall, getting out of your bottom shoulder. But I do want you to anchor your good. That was a good correction. But I want you to anchor the left hand down so the left hand doesn't move up. So you're grabbing onto the top of your foot. There's maybe 2 of you that can hook the big toe. Kristen can do it. There might be, some days Cloudy can, some days she can't. Depends on the day. But we don't want to force it. We want still that nice space here. Can you rotate into the wall now? Like you're going to look into the wall and rotate into the wall. And rotate your right hand down. Keep the chest lifted the entire time. The hips should already be wanting to square to the mirror. Let them. Square the hips, diminish the stance, lift the chest, and take your left ankle with the right hand. Reach straight up. Tuck the right shoulder under as you bring the gaze into the left shoulder this time. Bring the chin into the shoulder, gaze to the tip of the thumb. If the yoga thing doesn't work out, people have told me I should become an auctioneer. Tuck the shoulder under, look up to the tip of the thumb. Lift up. I'm pretty committed to the yoga thing. Let's lift nice and strong out of it. This is, again, most important posture of your class right now so far to me is this. Let's go, Cloudy. Tuck the shoulder under. Thank you. And rotate back down. That's a big difference. I'll show you. Move into balancing airplane pose. I can show you now. Balancing airplane pose. Do to one side what you did to the other. You're doing so well. Use your arms. Now keep your chest lifted and the leg lifted. Don't move your eyes. Open to half moon. Like there's a wall behind you. Don't reach to the floor. The first couple of years I taught yoga, I was trained to reach to the floor. I realized that's where people lose their balance. So I stopped reaching to the floor. People stopped falling out of the posture. Airplane. We've got to keep the chest lifted. You can't drop the chest. If you have a block, it would be different, but we don't use blocks. Rotate. Jen, just stay with me. You're doing a great job. Tuck the shoulder under, lift up. Rotate, lift your chest up. Airplane. There's no mistakes. Come to airplane. Richard, everybody come to airplane that's in sequence. If you're in sequence, come to airplane. If you're in resting posture, stay. Warrior 1, that's a good hold. That's a good hold there. Warrior 2, that was a mean hold in that airplane, guys. Open it up. You're right in the thick of it. Make it big. Open your arms up, Anna. Make it big. I know you're in cardio shape. Michael's just going for a walk through the park here. Open your shoulders up. True? You know how to practice yoga. Bring the left elbow. I know you're working hard. I didn't say that. Left elbow on the inside of the left knee. You know how to practice yoga, though. There should be an ease always. Elbow to knee. No, you're doing great. Don't worry about little things like that. If you want to come back, we'll work on all that. Bind or half bind. Don't drop the right shoulder. Don't drop the gaze. If you're going to bind it or half bind it, and it's not a goal to be able to bind or half bind the posture. Where's your work today? We got to just get the ego right out of the yoga room, folks. Where is your work today? What is the posture doing for you? Not what does it look like. Come into your front leg a little bit more as you squeeze the heels together. As you squeeze the heels and activate right leg. Extend. Press back to big warrior twos. Big muscle groups. Support strong postures. Take up your space. Slide your right heel back a little bit. For some of you, it needs to be able to make it stronger and more active base as you do. Look in the front mirror, make it big. Give me a nice big warrior two, last one of the day. Make it nice and big, sorry. And cartwheel to a plank. Right hand to center. Did we do this on the other side? No, we didn't. Lower slowly. Come to chaturanga, everybody. Up dog, inhale. Good thing I could hear you there. Down dog, exhale. Down dog, exhale. Let's do it here. Pivot to a plank, please. Looking forward in the front mirror. Let's watch Cloud on this. Left hand to center. Left knee, stack the right foot on top of the left and rotate the right hand up. Look at the tip of the thumb. So just get a nice basic side. Get stable here. Let's make this important right here. If you're going to advance the posture, the stance shortens if you hook the big toe. Hook the big toe and drive up like you're going to come into a wheel pose if you're hooking the toe. Drive the hips up. Don't get stuck in that sticky spot. If you fall back with the pop. Drive your hips up. Now really, drive the hips up. Drive the chest forward. Trying to stack the shoulder joint over. Stay there. Stay there. Push the big toe down. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. And rotate back to a plank posture. And lower slowly. Up dog, inhale. You doing push-ups? Down dog, exhale. Because I can pick on you more, you know. I'm trying to be nice and give you a good first experience. There you go. Pivot to a plank. Move the opposite hand to center. What's that? Right hand. Stack. And rotate open. Don't worry about falling out of postures. Don't worry about making a mistake. I want you on your edge. I want everybody on your edge. Advance the posture, if it's in your practice to do it. Driving your hips up, so we're going to drive into that bow feeling, and you've got to get into all the way into the bow. You've got to be willing to get all the way into that big bow. Those of you with heels extended, keep your hips up and standard side staff. Stay right there. Now make this important to hold that right there. Hold that right there. Big toe down, chest up, and rotate with control back to plank. Cloud and Jess, beautiful. Engage your core. And lower slowly, move the body forward. Inhale, up dog. Where'd you learn to do that, Jess? Exhale, down dog. That's the best you've ever done it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Everybody falls back learning that. Everybody, everybody. Soften the knees, coil a spring. Look out ahead of you. Step or jump between the hands. Halfway lift. Look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale deeper to forward bend. Inhale, come up, flat back up. Everybody A-series up. Just come up A-series. Simple stuff today, guys. Prayer to the heart. Really simple yoga today. Standing pose. Eagle pose. Bikram style. Inhale the arms over the head. Bring your palms together. Long arms, good grip. Exhale the right arm under the left arm. This is really good today. Arms down, elbows down. With the chest up, sit down deep, push your butt back. Your best is what I'm looking for. So come on into a chair, ready? Push your butt back and really lift your chest. Nothing moves. Just the right leg up and over the left leg. You want that low center of gravity. It's like, to me when I do this, it's like my tailbone is weighted. You've got to lift the chest to bring that weight into the lower abdomen, we'll say. That's the way I want you guys to feel, in the lower abdomen. You've really got to lift the chest to get that feeling. The balance wants to be high. We want a low center of gravity here. Bring the knees and elbows into a line and just breathe it out. Don't even blink. Don't even blink. Change. Come back up. Inhale your arms up real nice, everybody today. Left arm under the right arm. Left arm under the right arm. Arms down, elbows down. Sit down into a chair. Push your buttocks back behind you. Lift the chest high. So get down into a good base first. And left leg up and over. We always start with good bases. The more advanced the practice, the more important the base is. Lifting the chest and easing your way into the asana. Low center of gravity. Stay right there. Low center of gravity. Don't blink. Don't even blink. There. Change. Come back up. Inhale your arms up. Thank you for lifting your chest. Bring your arms to your side. Eyes in the mirror. Standing pose. One posture at a time, folks. Left hand on the left hip. Left leg locks. Pick up your right knee nice and high. Hook the big toe or interlace your fingers around the shin 2 inches below the knee. Extend your right heel forward to the front mirror. I want you to just simply feel like you're standing and stretching here as you extend the heel forward to the front mirror. So not caring how far you can extend the leg, caring about maintaining Tadasana through the torso. And open if you want to open. And if you know you can bend the elbow and pick the heel up, pull the shoulder down, go ahead and do it. Know where that hard end feel is here. Nice alley. I want everybody to know where that gaze change, folks. Advanced practices, there should be gaze change here. That's a bunch of y'all. Gaze back, then leg back. I shouldn't have to remind you to do that. Just come to base today. Simple stuff today, just a base and standing pose. Sometimes we'll combo and do different things from there, but not today. Standing pose is your posture. Gain control of your respiratory system. Gain control of your heart rate. Gain control of your mind. Right hand on the right hip, right leg locks. Pick up the left knee. That's yoga right there, folks. Hook the big toe. That's the difference. Don't force it. There's no reason to force anything. And if you have the toe hooked, extend the heel forward. For some of you, I imagine it's easier when you extend the heel forward a little bit. It is for me. Holding the base is harder than kicking it out. Just stay right there, Anna. I don't want you to move. Just stay right there. So pull your shoulder back a little, Michael. Soften the knee. I didn't tell you to open yet. And now open. Boy, both you guys just telegraphing you want to open there. That was really bad. I'm your fearless leader here. Pull the shoulder down, lift the chest up, gaze change over right shoulder, advanced postures. Why are you not changing your gaze? Gaze back, then leg back. Base. Standing pose. 4 of the strongest practices in this room did not change your gaze. I'm not sure why, because you've been trained to change your gaze there. Left hand reaches up, right elbow on the right hip, palm faces up. It wasn't just one of you, it was 4 of you. Bring the right hand straight back behind you. Pick up the ankle from the inside. Is that teachers? Oh, yes, it is. And open up your shoulders, kick back, reach forward. That's part of the posture, folks. In that, unless you really don't think you can maintain it, which might be what was happening there. If you really don't feel you can maintain it, I'd rather you maintain the posture than try to change the gaze. So really open up your bow. Kick back, reach forward. Think both hands high, left shoulder to the chin. Both hands high, left shoulder to the chin. If you fall back. Beautiful bow. Stay in that bow. Nice, Sydney. And come out lifting and reaching for your base. Standing pose. Right hand reaches up. Left elbow on the left hip. Palm up. Bring the left hand back behind you. Pick up the ankle from the inside. Touch your knees together. You want to do it? You going to do it? Kick straight back, reach straight forward. I hear all that conversation with yourself. Bring your thumb with your finger. Slow down. Bring your thumb with your finger. Grab up higher. Slow down. Grab up higher. I just slow way down. I want this to happen first. This opening. Palm flat. Reach your forehead. You just have to breathe and maintain it with your kick and reach. You can't stop kicking. Chest up. You can't stop kicking. There's your beautiful bow. Just kick into it. Kick into the stability and lift into it. And come out nicely, lift and reach for your base. And come out slow. Control, please. Standing pose. Dead body pose. Yes, I do know how hard you just worked, by the way. Dead body pose. If you need a quick sip of water, that's all right. I'm really not a big fan of water breaks here, but head to the front mirror, feet to the back of the room. I'm going to say that again. I'm really not a big fan of water breaks here, but if you need a sip, take a sip. And then let's put it aside for the rest of the class, please. There are a couple of rules to practicing hot yoga, and one of the biggest ones is show up hydrated. Makes just a huge difference to show up hydrated. Breathe through your nose. Don't struggle. I want you to work to 100%. Everything. Squeeze all the juice out of the orange. Everything. Everything. Without struggling and without forcing. That's the yoga, to know where that line is, that balance is. But it's all about this, just to be able to release into the dead pose. Arms at your side, palms up. I know it's a little early for this, but everybody close your eyes. Seated in the heart, not in your head, in your heart. Take a long, slow, huge inhale through the nose. Make the lungs as big and uncomfortably full as you can hold them. Everybody big, full lungs. Let go and fall. A complete surrender into dead body pose. Just breathe. No resistance to anything. Complete. This is a Kriya. Kriya doesn't just mean action, it really means complete action. This is complete. This is absolutely a Kriya. Slowly open your eyes. Please remain in dead body pose. Really nice room today, guys. Everybody just right where I want you. Cobra series. Let's work hard here and have good flow, please. Inhale your arms over there. Flex your feet back, cross the thumbs, and dive for the toes. Double pump, double exhale. Forehead to the knees. Lie down on your stomach. Face yourself in the front mirror. Hands under the shoulders. Arms close, elbows high. Squeeze your legs together. Make a solid cobra's tail. Ideally moving with my flow. You have that cobra's tail. Does everybody have a cobra's tail? Jan, is that your cobra's tail? Push your feet in the floor. You're lifting weights. You're lifting weights. On inhale, look up and pull up. So I just want you to come. Yep. Do not worry about making mistakes for one moment today. Pull your elbows back. You're doing great. Squeeze the legs. Push the feet into the floor. You're getting picked on pretty good too. Look up. Go up. Everybody. One more set. Inhale up. One more set of ribs up. Pull your elbows back. And come down slowly. Breathe through your nose. Sydney, really nice. Left ear on the ground. Look right. And just in and out of the dead pose here is part of the art of the art. In and out of the dead pose. Chin flat on the floor. The release is at least as important as the posture, guys. Set up the same yoga posture right down to a good cobra's tail. This time bring the heels of the hands back to your hips, all the way back to the waistline. Squeeze your legs. Where's your cobra's tail, Perla? On inhale, push your chest up and lift your thighs up. Push hard enough that the shoulders and elbows are the same height. That means you're pushing hard. Slide your hands back a little bit. That's not you. I want your wrist right under your elbows. Push harder with triceps. I love it, though. Push your shoulders up, shoulders up. Now lock the legs and lift your thighs up, everybody. Push your shoulders up. Lift your thighs up. Just pelvic girdle on the floor. And down slowly. In hands, right ear on the floor. Look left. Dead pose. Release. Let it go. Chin flat on the floor. Pick up your hips. Bring your arms beneath your body. If you're not in a hot environment, I do not recommend you do this posture. Palms down, elbows all the way beneath the body. Look in the front mirror, front of your yoga space. Relax the left leg, lock the right leg, and pick up the locked right leg. The yoga really starts on the floor here, folks. It's kind of a short, sweet little spinal strengthening we do. Stretch it back, right foot flat, like I'm pulling you back. The right leg needs to be a bandha for that to happen. And bring the right leg down. Relax the right leg, lock the left leg, and pick up the locked left leg. Stretch it back. So a bandha is a lock, like there's no knee. A Bikram bandha in the leg means like you have no knee right now as you squeeze it. And bring the left leg down. Bury the face in the towel. Move your hands closer to the knees, elbows closer towards each other. Bury your face, everybody. Squeeze the legs together. And on inhale, push both legs together up off of the ground. Push hard with the upper back. Push hard. This is upper back strength. Push it up. Lock your legs. Good cobra's tail. Now push, 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 everybody. Weight of the hips up off the arms. Push it forward into the shoulders. Push it up and breathe it up. And down slowly. Left ear on the ground. Look right. This is your release. This is your time to gain control of your heart rate and your respiratory system. This is your opportunity to control your thoughts. And when I say control your thoughts, I'm hoping that you guys understand what I mean. It's really not that. You're never going to be able to control the restless mind. It's a different place that we learn to go to that is still. It's kind of a different thing. It's a different place that just is still. We don't have to concentrate against thought. Just be in that space. Chin flat on the floor, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, lock the arms out, lock the legs out. Squeeze the legs tightly together, arms high, get a grip if you can, and then inhale everything up. We'll do 3 versions of Shalabhasana, or I just say Salabhasana usually here in a row. Squeeze your legs, make a good cobra's tail, arms high, reaching your hands towards your heels. Bring your arms out to the side. I'm giving you guys lots of fresh air today. Lift up into it. So you can go a little higher here. Squeeze your legs, Anna. Squeeze your legs. Hands out in front of your shoulder. With feet come to hip width. Look up, lift up, everything up. Inhale up, everything up. Reach up and down slowly. Right ear on the ground. Look left, dead pose. Chin flat on the floor. Bend the knees and bring your heels to the hips. Grab your feet, thumbs with the fingers 2 inches below the toes. Press your lower abdomen into the floor, and on inhale, extend both legs straight up to the ceiling. Bikram dialect says kick back, but you're kicking back to bring the hips. It's not like standing bow or kicking forward. I want you to kick back to kick up. Really, to kick forward. Kick the body forward. Kick the pelvic girdle up. Bring the weight forward into the belly. So look up, open up the chest. I want look up, lift up. Now kick the pelvic girdle up. Can I bring you further forward if I take you by the knees and bring you further forward? And come back down slowly. Left ear on the ground, look right. Let's finish it. Chin flat on the floor, bend the knees. Heels to the hips. Grab your ankles, not your feet. Flex your toes back towards your shins so you can feel you're grabbing your ankles and not your feet. And keep flexing your toes towards your shins. Feet, knees, heels about 6 inches apart, please. Some of you are way wide. Push the thighs and knees into the floor, and on inhale, kick straight back to the back of the yoga room. So you're going to try to keep your knees down this time and kick back all the way out. Give it a good kick. Kick, 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 kick. You kick. You do it. Kick hard. Wow. More, more, more. Kick, kick, kick. Keep kicking. Keep kicking. Kick hard, hard, hard like you're in the gym. Kick, 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 kick. And come down slowly. That's really good. You don't know how good that is. I didn't say it was easy. I didn't say that. Right here on the ground, look left. I never said it was easy. This is really important you let it go here, everybody. Everybody. Just really let it go. Your body's intelligent. It knows what it needs right here. The more you can just relax with open energy channels, nadis, the more benefits you're going to get. You don't have to understand it. That's the beauty of it. Roll over onto your back. Bottoms of the feet flat to the ceiling. Pull your knees down towards the floor. So I'd like you to separate your legs as wide as you comfortably can, keeping your ankle joints over your knee joints. And then pull the knees down towards the floor, flattening the back from the base of the neck all the way down to your coccyx or tailbone to the floor. Kick into your hands. If you're just feeling this in your thighs and your hips, that's super common here. By kicking into the hands, you're able to bring it into your sacrum a little bit. Bring your ankles a little bit closer together, please. So this joint stack is important. It's kind of easy for the ankles to get too wide if you're not really thinking about alignment. I want your ankles stacked. Some of your ankles are too wide. I want the ankles directly over your knees, not wide of the knees, please. And then it's a straight down pull. I'm still looking at probably 10 people that are too wide. And release the tension from the posture first. That's all right today. Stretch your legs out, arms at your side, palms up. This is dead body pose. This is dead body pose. That's all we're doing is dead body pose. If you can't do a little thing, how can you do a big thing? Just lie still. The body is still because the mind is still, through process. Not through concentration or effort, through process. That's what Kriya is. Inhale your arms over the head, flex your feet back, cross the thumbs, just a couple back bends and cool down to go. Dive for the toes, double pump, double exhale. Come to the top of the towel, please, camel pose. Let's keep moving, guys. I've given you lots of nice fresh air today to keep you moving. Fingers down, thumbs outside. Don't worry. Lift through the thighs, look back and go back. Look back and go back. Active thighs support the sacrum. Continue to breathe as you look back and go back. Go to the heart and feel, then reach back. Wait for your teacher to tell you to reach back. So we have that bow type tension. To me, you're doing bow on your knees right now. Pushing forward, lifting the chest, sliding your feet further down, hands further down the feet, heels to heels, fingers to toes if you can. Hips forward, chest up. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. And come back up. Always sitting back, hips to heels. Release. This is important, this release. Dead body pose. Eyes open. Be present. I don't want you to drift off. Eventually, it's seamless. One more big back bend of your choice. Wheel pose, if you've got a wheel in your Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can do another camel if you like. But I'd like this to be the biggest back bend that's safe and healthy that you're capable of doing right now. Let's just get right into it and not muss or fuss around. Anna, nice to have you back today. Now we can start our work. Push your hips up, push your chest forward and your big wheels. Where have you been training, Sydney? Because you've obviously been training. Push your hips up, drive your chest forward, give it a good drive. Some of you can step it up a little closer, tighten the wheels up just a little bit. Both of you two would be in that category. Jessica, definitely you can tighten that wheel up. And come back out. Come back up, hips to heels. Dead body pose. Always get that release, please. Hips to heels release. Back release. Any kind of back release you want. You pull the knees into the chest. We haven't been particularly hot today. I'm seeing a little dehydration in here. The last couple Saturdays I have. It's been worse, but it's a factor in our room today. You guys are working hard. It's just really, really nice, solid work today, folks. Everybody coming deep into postures, nice holds. That's what it's supposed to be, using big muscle groups, squeezing all the juice out of the orange. That's what we're doing. Come to shoulder stand pose. That's what we're doing. And right now, we're just kind of letting the dust settle. Even though we're not dead, we've already started that process of just kind of letting the dust settle here. Letting deoxygenated blood drain from the big muscles of the legs to the heart, or oxygenated drain to the brain. So ideally, you feel a second wind or energized after your class. You don't feel taxed. And if you do feel taxed, usually we get that second wind. Sometimes it takes me a bit to get it. And come to plow pose. This is my yoga too. Halasana, it's called. Stretch your feet forward to the front mirror. If you can straighten your legs and bring them down, go ahead and do it. If you can reach right out and touch the mirror, you can go ahead and do that too. Bring your hips a little further forward to the front mirror. So I'm going to have you bring your hands behind your back, and I want to really lift your hips up high so your back is nice and flat through here, or even higher. Yep, it's going to bring it more into your low back, ideally. And come back down. It's not one's correct and one isn't. It's just different ways. Bring the right knee into the chest, left leg down, and twist. Everybody do the twist. If you want to do seated twist, that's fine. Only Kristen's doing seated twist today, huh? Okay. So I'm presuming you're all feeling this then. Because I can see whether you are or aren't. You don't look like you're feeling it very much. I can see where that hard stop is in your bodies. You're not giving up on me, are you? And come back to center position. You did a great job today. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So let's keep it clean here. Bring your left knee up, interlace your fingers. Actually, pull your left knee into the shoulders, both hands together. And then you're going to bring the left knee across the body as you reach your left hand towards the front mirror, about a 30-degree angle. Guide your knee down with your hand. And breathe it out. We want to feel that nice twist. So with your right hand guiding the left knee down, inhales, creating space. And if you're not feeling this twist here, folks, we've got to get you into the twist. Eagle wrap, reverse eagle wrap, or seated twist. If you need to get up and do the seated twist, that's your yoga. Get up and do your seated twist. Come back to center position. We do it last because it's important. Release into dead body pose. That's it. Just dead pose. It's an immediate surrender. For a well-trained student around here, it's an immediate surrender. It's boom. It's like a light switch. Close your eyes. It is not in your head. It is in your heart. Everybody in yoga is really looking for the same thing, folks. There's different ways to see it, but all pathways lead to the same place. It is in your heart, not in your head. You have to start there. Start there. Take a long, slow, huge inhale through the nose. Make the lungs as big and uncomfortably full as you can hold them, and hold them big and full. Let go and fall. A complete surrender, just breath, dead body pose. All that should move is breath. Timeless, desireless, that's the ideal. Just a self. Namaste.